Football League. And up next, it's Bo Nix. He's been sensational as he leads the league in touchdown passes. It's the Broncos and the Chiefs on Sunday Night Primetime.
Thank you. On a cold night at the foot of the Rockies, EA Sports. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
A look there at the numbers for Worthy last week. 4 catches, 67 yards.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
Pacheco gets it up the gut, and he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Here's Mahomes to throw. Well, this one complete. It's Rashee Rice. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's second down. Throwing now is Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. This now a 3rd and 4. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 26. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against an interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. The first carry now. This is Williams. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. The numbers for Williams a week ago. 1 rushing touchdown, yes, but look at the rushing yards. He was up near 200.
The one phrase I'd use to describe that performance, he carved up that defense.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll go play action with Nix. That's taken in by Franklin. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3, and it was the Broncos getting the road victory, so they'll look to take the season series now here in Denver.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Nix to the air. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 45-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 45-yard line.
To throw, here's Nix. He'll get that complete to Franklin.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. They go back to the ground with Williams. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Holding offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
Still
And let's
first
remember
down.
how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Following the penalty, it's Williams. Nifty move. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
You talk about this Chiefs defense.
They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Oh, good move. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 14. A gain there of 21.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard.
And snapped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Now it's Nix.
Flush to his right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver.
Laviska Shenault
with touchdown number 12 on the year.
And the Broncos use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's been a real threat in the red zone and beyond. As you take a look at the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns by a QB, you'll notice he's worked his way into the top 5 at this point in the season.
Looking deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Xavier Worthy, 71 yards. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. For quarterbacks, there are a number of ways to measure a good statistical season. This is one of them. That last touchdown pass, his 30th on the year. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go.
Throwing Nix. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. This defense for the Chiefs, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
Yeah, they held them to just 7 points. And if you rewatch the game tape, and I did multiple times, it was amazing to me that the other guys even got 7. They were absolutely dominating on that side of the football.
To throw is Nix. Over the middle, complete. It's Franklin. He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the first quarter as that's a first down. Now a give up the middle to Williams. Now they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 7-7, our score after 1. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Alert! Alert!
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Here's Nix. He finds his man, complete. That's Franklin. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 26. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. There on the stop was Leo Chanel.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix. Throwing left sideline, complete. It's Franklin. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
Back to throw. Nix being chased out left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Operating from the gun. Nix eluding the pressure right. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
They'll try and throw. Here's Nix.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Lutz is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
Down to the 10.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown.
Xavier Worthy
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
And oh, it's blocked. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I know it's easy to kind of shrug off a blocked extra point, but this game is shaping up to be a tight one. The second half, this could prove crucial.
Yeah, we might look back on this one. We'll have to wait and see.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting set for this next possession. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his impressive season total as you take a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes at this point in the season.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because
it's caught inside the 25. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A big play there. 67 yards.
And the Broncos are able to move back in front.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Here's Mecole Hardman. Here we go on the return from the 1-yard line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
And now here comes Kansas City.
And CD, sometimes you don't need those complicated game plans or the added wrinkles. Last time, now you think about it, couldn't have been any simpler. One play, one pass.
And got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 33 yards that time.
Motion man right is Rice. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now Mahomes. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Mahomes now to throw.
That is caught.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 9 yards that time.
They've been moving the ball well, but this drive was in danger of stalling out. Fortunately, this is a nice throw here, and they're able to pick up a new set of downs.
To throw, it's Mahomes.
That's into the hands of Worthy.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Now here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here's Hardman on the return. This taken in right around the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. KC's offense ready to take over. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick six.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Again, it's Pacheco. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a big spot on 3rd down.
And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's been very impactful when using his legs this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design. You notice his name sits near the top when looking at the league leaders in rushing yards by a quarterback. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go.
Working out of the gun is Nix. Gets this complete to Shaheed. The beautiful fake. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And he's had a lot of success throwing the ball here early. You see by the numbers, he's already up over 200 yards passing. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Nix. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Nix from the shotgun. That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to get the football back at their own 17.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22.
Mahomes going to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Here's Mahomes to throw.
He'll get this complete to Worthy.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So the completion good for 7 there, and that will bring up 2nd down. Throwing now is Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. And again, it's Mahomes. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Going up top.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag.
Ball start, offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Operating from the gun, Nix. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
This time they stay on the ground. Good move at the 30. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. They'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain night, and it's a good one.
Hardman on the return.
It's a 40-yard punt, but they lose yardage on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. Off the play fake. Nix.
It'll buy some time right.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Let's go now.
Back to throw. Nix.
And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know that there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
From the gun on 3rd down. Nix.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
And with the yardage picked up on that last throw, that's going to move him over 4,000 yards passing for the season. And even in today's age of offense, that's a number that's meaningful to quarterbacks. It's not an easy plateau to get to.
They try the left side here with Williams. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line. They run it again with Williams. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Nix. 20. 5. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great effort there. 49 yards. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Lutz with the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play.
But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Eric Stokes in on the tackle. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
7 yards there and a first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
On first down, they go back to Pacheco.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 43-yard line.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
They'll try for the first with Pacheco.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's second down and 1.
They go play fake. Mahomes. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Broncos will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you, and that may have been what happened there.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
From the gun on third down. Nix. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. Yeah, not a great one there. Out of bounds in the air. And the offense is going to be set up already in enemy territory inside the 45.
Yellow.
On first and 10, here's Pacheco.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Second and 10 now, third quarter action in Denver.
Yellow.
Looking to throw is Mahomes.
Got a man over the middle, Worthy.
That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Give them the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. That's going to be caught. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Rashee Rice, 30 yards. And the Chiefs get a bit closer. And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. That's now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 68 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And Shaheed going to go in motion. Nix to the air.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Denver. And that'll kick and go out of bounds just outside the 15 at the 16-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard. They trail as we start quarter number 4.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Ready, break. Hurt, hurt. Let's go now.
The busy night continues for Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Again, it's Williams. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. They'll get 4 on second down, but it leaves them with third and still 9 to go.
And this is the worry, because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important third down.
Now it's Nix.
Steps away to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Here's Logan Cook now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And this is a beauty, as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again.
And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
First down, Chiefs.
Pacheco gets it up the gut.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. They'll set up to throw. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together?
On third down, it's Pacheco.
And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
And my goodness, another interception. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
From the 9, 2nd and 5.
Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1.
86 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
Off the play fake, here's Nix.
Sliding out of the pocket. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Adam Troutman there to make the grab.
And the Broncos have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes, because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points.
And now here's another interception. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams.
And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. And his big night continues on that last run. The yardage there going to move him over 100 yards now for the ball game.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams.
And pretty good pursuit there defensively. He's brought down, no gain on the play. 2nd down coming up.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Throw left side complete. That's Franklin. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Give him 30 yards there.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Go!
To throw, here's Nix.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Broncos are able to stretch out their lead.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
And the Chiefs now getting set to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
To throw again on 2nd down, Mahomes.
And he will find his man on the end route, complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs 1st down.
And the 1st down, Chiefs.
Hold on these two. Hold on these two. Right side.
From the gun, it's Mahomes.
He'll check this one down to Pacheco.
And he'll get nothing out of that one. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Right side.
Now it's Mahomes again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Yellow. Right side.
Now Mahomes. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Yellow. Right side.
Mahomes now to throw. He's into space past the 25. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Side.
Mahomes to throw once more.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. And the Broncos come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the Broncos,
They are now 2 wins away from a perfect regular season as they run their mark to 15-0 on the year.
and they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Kansas City,
They fall under 500.